I think that we would have all hoped at this point, with technology being part of everybody's lives for going into the third decade, really, that there'd be more young women who'd be interested in coming into it. I find that in high tech, when you see women, they tend to be in the standard type of areas. There's more women in marketing, but there's much less women than I think we would have hoped in engineering or in information systems or IT technical roles. And I think it's because for some reason we're not getting young women at the school, like 13, 14, 16, 17, interested in understanding the technology. They use it more and more, but somehow we're not making that connection to get them to go to school and get technical degrees and get them into technology field. It is, and I think part of it is we give this sense of that it's somehow esoteric, that it's an elite group, that it's kind of that you have to be brilliant, and it's not fun or interesting, or that you can't do cool things with it. And that I think women sometimes, we don't do a good job of selling women that there's actually a lot of fun things about working for a high-tech company. How interesting the technology is, and that it's not drawing, it's not boring. I think there's a lot of young girls that think, I don't want to do that, it's going to be really boring to me. I think women leaders are different overall, whether it's high-tech or in another type of industry. I think of women like Carly or for HP or Meg Whitman or for eBay. I think women overall have a different style. We tend to be more collaborative, we tend to be more empathetic. And I think women who are the most successful in any industry are women who are themselves and not trying to be more like a man or think, okay, if I were a man, I would be doing it this way, as opposed to that's not who I am or what I am, and so I'm going to be who I am. And that starts not just at the top, but as you work your way up through companies. I think it's difficult for women to be true to themselves. Because, for me, just personally, I'm in probably 95% of the meetings I'm in with a bunch of men. I don't have a lot of peers, and it's always wonderful, especially if I go to visit a customer where there's another woman in the room. Because so often, and it's easy to get caught up in a certain style. It's just different. It's not a better or worse. For men, a lot of work is competition. It's like a sport,
Yeah.
And women, and I tell this to women all the time, it's very hard for women to give up a lot that they give up to have a career, to work as hard as they work, and not have an emotional attachment to that. Right? Men can separate it. Two men can have a horrible fight in the office and go play golf together or go have dinner together. Women have a tough time with that. They take things more personally. And they have a hard time separating business and personal, because for them to give as much as they're giving in their business life, it is personal to them. So that's part of what I think becomes difficult for women in general, is to separate the emotion out and say, I'm having a business argument with you, it's not personal, you can disagree with me, and I'm not going to take that personally. It's hard sometimes for women to do that. That's why a lot of women cry at work. And not over, things you shouldn't be crying. Well, I don't know. I tell women, don't cry at work. Not over work. Certainly if something's going on at home or something personal happened, oh my God. But if work is not worth crying over, that's what I tell you. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. But it's part of that emotional attachment we have. When we're in, we're all in. And we have a hard time separating. And I think that's true, though, with women in any industry.